and gentlemen, and welcome to Canal Arena for tonight's Gulf South Conference matchup between the visiting Delta State Lady Statesmen and your Christian Brothers University Lady Bucks. As a reminder, please remain socially distanced throughout the game while wearing a proper facial covering. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we please ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The starting lineup. First, for the visiting Lady Statesmen. At guard, a 5'8" senior from Columbus, Mississippi, number 4, Kaylin Wilson. At forward, a 6'1" senior from Natchez, Mississippi, number 11, Zaire Ewing. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Abbeville, Mississippi, number 22, Shania Buford. At guard, a 5'7" senior from Benoit, Mississippi, number 23, Takira Hicks. And at forward, a 5'11" junior from Tanner, Alabama, number 40, Kirsten Brown. Head coach of Lady Statesmen is Craig Roden, assisted by Chelsea Rhodes and Ace Gilbert.
Inside Canal Arena here in Midtown Memphis, Tennessee, where this evening the Christian Brothers Lady Buccaneers will take on the Delta State Lady Statesmen in a battle of Gulf South Conference competition. Good evening, I'm Tyler Springs. It's a pleasure to be with you on the CBU Bucks Live Network. This is a rematch. These two sides have seen each other before back on January the 22nd and 23rd down in Cleveland, Mississippi. Delta State swept the pair from Christian Brothers University, but since that time, standout senior guard Bryn Lytle scored a career high with 45 points last Friday, and if she can replicate that performance or even something close to it, the Buccaneers stand to have a bit more success. They swept a pair from Mississippi College last weekend, thanks in part to Lytle's scoring. While meanwhile on the other side, Delta State is coming off a pair of games against Alabama Huntsville that they split 1-1. The starting lineups for each side: in the backcourt for Delta State, Kaylin Wilson, joined by Shania Buford and Takira Hicks as well. Kristen Brown and Zaire Ewing are in the front court. And for the Christian Brothers University Buccaneers, it'll be Bella Jones in the backcourt, joined by Carly Bates, as well as Emily Jones and Bryn Lytle. The sole post is Julia Nicholson. And the tip-off is won by Delta State, who will bring the ball up floor across the Buccaneer logo at half court, along the right side. This is Hicks, who will swing to the left perimeter. Driving inside is Kaylin Wilson. Stopped by Nicholson. Will give it back outside. Statesman offense trying to get their bearings. First shot of the contest goes up from the hand of Zaire Ewing, won't go. Rebound on the weak side, put back up, but it's off the underside of the backboard. And it will go instead to Christian Brothers on the rebound. Bates across the timeline. CBU working from our left to our right from our radio broadcast position. CBU in white with red uniforms as Bates steps back and launches a three that's off target. CBU missing their first shot of the contest. Delta State in their green uniforms, black numerals, white lettering, and white trim as well. And there's the first basket of the contest from either side. It's Kaylin Wilson with a baseline jumper from the right side. Basket counts, but there will be a foul called on the play, charged to Kirsten Brown. Buccaneers with it. Lytle dribbling in. Kicks. Out of the corner. A Jones three is good. Ringing up for Emily Jones for the first time this contest. Three to two the score. CBU on top thus far. And now a foul underneath. I was.
Is everything coming through?
I don't know what right now I'm.
Let me go try it again.
Okay. We apologize for technical difficulties here. CBU basketball. Bates handling at the moment. Lytle with it. Dribbling in, bounce pass down low to the block. Jones with 6 on the clock gives it back to her senior. Lytle a step back three. This one misses everything. It'll bound out of play. Turnover by CBU in the first possession. 4-3 the edge for the visiting Delta State Lady Statesmen, who ended the game with a record of 4-7. All games this year for both sides coming against Gulf South Conference competition. Jumper from the elbow won't go. Rebounded by Nicholson. Sent to Emily Jones along the left wing. Dribbling in. Great defense played there by the Lady Statesmen. Block registered by Shania Buford. Jones. Nicholson. Let's fly. This one won't drop. Rebound underneath by Delta State. The size factor playing a part there for Zaire Ewing. Listed at 6'1". Senior, sturdily built. Bates trying to get around a Ewing screen. Fed to the left side. Now they go to Ewing underneath. Great cut by Zaire Ewing and the find from Shania Buford. Lytle the other way. Not letting DSU get settled, and it helps out the brothers right there. (6-5) the Delta State advantage right now. 6:34 to play in the opening frame. Brown kicks up top. Ewing again. Sweet stroke from within 10 feet for Zaire Ewing. 8-5 in the early going. Delta State, having beaten this Christian Brothers side twice, scored 80 points in each of their first two matchups. We have a foul here. Anna Hala checks in, taking out Julia Nicholson. Bates is out as well. Darcy Doran replaces her. Doran inbounds from the sideline right. Jones driving in, trying to work one-on-one, and Jones is called when the ball tied up. Arrow keeps it with Christian Brothers.
Be intentional. Be intentional with your movement. Come on, set it up.
Doran finds Lytle. Plenty of time on the clock as Lytle gets it to Emily Jones. Lines up at 3 and hits. Emily Jones strokes it from the right side. Even at 8 apiece, Jones already with 6 points. Freshman out of Jackson, Tennessee, stepping up early. Along the left wing for DSU. Hicks backing up. Hicks working on Doran. Feeds away, and a shot off target from Delta State. Jones the rebound, pushing the pace. Down low for Bella Jones. Little high-low pass from Emily, and it goes up and over on the reverse attempt. Back the other way for Delta State. Wheeling into the paint and losing the handle for a moment is Kaylin Wilson. But the bucket goes to Delta State nonetheless. Outlet pass ahead, thrown to Bella Jones. It's off her hands. (10-8) in the early going here. CBU on top. Or rather, I should say CBU trailing by a pair in what has been an up-and-down contest thus far between Craig Roden and the Delta State Lady Statesmen and Jesse Carmack and the CBU Lady Bucks. Lytle. Bailey Cummings, the freshman, playing some defense here. Wilson the try, not quite there. But the rebound snatched and wrestled for. It'll be tied up, and that arrow should go the visiting team's way, and it does. We've got timeout on the floor here with 4:43 to go in the first quarter. 10-8 the score, Delta State on top of CBU. On the inbound play, Delta State basketball, leading 10-8 here in the first quarter over Christian Brothers University. A little bit of a matchup zone here, and Bryn Lytle takes possession for CBU on the steal. Lytle down floor will find Bailey Cummings. A little pump fake in the pass. Now finds Anna Hala on the second opportunity. Great job going not the first window, but the second window to find Hala. A little cut down low. And here's Duran with a steal. Darcy Duran with a chance for a scoop and score, and she puts it through. And just like that, CBU has put themselves on top of the Delta State Lady Statesmen, 12-10. Great job by the Buccaneer defense, locking down and engineering a little bit of full court offense. Down low pass from Delta State, and a foul committed by Darcy Doran. Who put a hand to the side of the head of Takira Hicks. First shot is good. One more to come for the 5'7" senior from Benoit, Mississippi, at Copiah Lincoln Community College. Ani Hala claims the rebound on the second shot, a miss. Lytle slashing through the paint. Lifts one up that was shy of the mark. It hit the baseline. It's out of play. Lytle, Ihala, Emily Jones, Bailey Cummings, and Darcy Doran on the floor for CBU. Countered by Delta State. This is Takira Hicks handling for the Lady Statesmen. Down low. Once again, Ewing with a chance, but it was just a bit too strong there. Not the touch that she needed. In transition the other way. Duran. Now Hala. Back out for Duran and a lefty three. This is short. Weak side rebound, vied for, but knocked out of play ultimately. Wilson, Buford, Davis all on the floor, joined now by Brown for Delta State. In the backcourt, Hicks being helped out by Shania Buford, two seniors. Buford, down low pass to Ewing. Ewing, little jab step. Got Duran to bite, but couldn't get the bucket. Jones. Now Lytle. Swung around. Back to Ihala. Let's fly from deep. Won't go. Lytle claims the offensive board, though. They weren't expecting that. Fresh clock for Bryn Lytle and the Buccaneers, leading 12-11. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Ihala with a bounce pass. Well thrown down low, but Doran couldn't hold it. Buccaneer defense did a good job ganging up and rushing back on defense to not allow any penetration from Hicks. And we have, it looks like some tape on the floor or maybe somebody's wristband that got knocked loose. Kirsten Brown will check out. It'll be Wilson to inbound for Delta State. Hicks. Chance to retake the lead right here for the Statesmen. Left baseline jumper off target and short. Knocked out of play, though, by the brothers. With 1:50 to go in the quarter. Actually, there was a foul committed on the play. Or the shot clock, I should say, resets to 20, as a matter of fact. Buford. Ewing. The length of Emily Jones made it tough on her. Ewing's shot is off, and now we have a tie-up on the floor. This will favor CBU. Great defense played on both sides with a couple of tie-ups here in quarter number one. 12-11. The brothers with the advantage. Lytle. Out of the corner. Jones for three. It's good. Bottoms up for Emily Jones. 15-11. Driving right back the other way. And drawing harm is Takira Hicks. Two coming for Takira Hicks. The first is good. Rattled home iron, glass iron, and nylon. Got the second as well. 15-13 with 1:10 to play here in the first quarter. Lytle able to shift it over to the left side. To Ihala. Back up top. Now Jones driving from the right wing. This won't go. Rebound taken in by Hicks. On the move down floor. Wilson. Ewing against the much smaller but longer Durant. Put it up against contact. No. Bailey Cummings with it. Jones. CBU with a step back three from Lytle. Nope, this is a little bit too quick. Out of play off the Buccaneers. Ewing so far has been a handful in the low block for Delta State. We'll see if they go to her with a 1 second differential between shot and game clock. Shot clock the one to expire first. 20 on it right now. Hicks pounding the dribble. About 25 feet out. Over on the right side. Feeds. The left wing. Cummings guarding Buford. Got it up and over. 6 seconds on the clock as Lytle pushes the pace ahead. 3 on the clock as Jones tries to take a shot, but she's going to be called for steps first. 1.5 ticks remaining in the quarter. Delta State will inbound. And the launch at the horn. Nowhere close. Tied at 15 through 1 quarter of action. Got a good one here on the CBU Bucks Live Network. CBU even with Delta State. Back with more in a moment. Beginning quarter number 2, the Christian Brothers University Buccaneers, the Lady Buccaneers, tie 15 all with Delta State. Ball in the hands of the Delta State Lady Statesmen right now. Working it up to the basket is Brown. Missed the first attempt, and the backside attempt is good. Great retry there on the help from Cameron Davis. 17-15. And now we've got a whistle for traveling call on Bailey Cummings that will send it the other way. Emily Jones along with Bryn Lytle, Darcy Doran, Bailey Cummings, and Julia Nicholson defending for the Lady Bucks. Driving in and putting one up that's a little bit short of the mark is Davis. But then the finish gives the first 4 points of quarter number 2 to Delta State. Cameron Davis with 4 in the quarter. Doran lost the handle. Gave it back to Nicholson. Fed around the horn. Jones wants to go to work. And a foul called on Delta State. With 7 on the shot clock to put Emily Jones on the free throw line. She's been good thus far. CBU trying to snap a scoreless skid lasting more than 2 minutes right now. One of their last 6 from the field. Delta State on an 8-0 run to get to this point. Leading by 4. Jones's first is good. Stroked it. Got the second as well. Iron, glass, nylon. Emily Jones with 10 points. $8:52 remaining in the second quarter. CBU down 19-17. On the turnaround, a little spin move in the lane. Not quite producing the desired result for Takira Hicks. Carly Bates will handle for the Lady Bucks. Bates waiting for Doran to come off a couple of screens. Darcy gives it back to Carly. Around the horn for Bella Jones. A little shot fake. Jones had it poke free and then wasn't where the pass went from Bates. Bates gets it back. Tries for three. Won't hit. Rebound pulled in by Davis. Hicks to the corner. Wide open is Buford. No. Rebound loose and poke free. Kirsten Brown complaining about no call on the contact beneath the goal with 8 minutes to go. It's a 2-point game here in the second quarter. Nicholson feeds for Doran. Back to Nicholson. Dangerous pass across the lane to Bates. Bounce down low. Jones looks like she got knocked over from behind, and it is indeed a foul on Brown. Push called on Kirsten Brown. And she will not get the chance to remain. Zaire Ewing checks back in. Believe it or not, Zaire Ewing 6 points, already 2 for 9 from the field. Not even midway through the second quarter. Bates finds Lytle. Lytle hounded. Gives it up for Jones. Bryn Lytle. Doran. 7 on the clock as they get it to Nicholson. Free throw line, Jay, short. Rebound, Bates trying to keep it in and ultimately stepped on the baseline. She tried to tap it back to a teammate. 7.5 minutes to go until halftime. CBU shooting 33% from the floor. Delta State 32%, but they've got 4 more tries from the field. Buford. Now Ewing going to work against Doran. Nothing Darcy Doran can do on that one. Doran might have gotten the worst of it there. Perhaps a little elbow to the chin, but didn't show any signs of it. 4-point game, 21-17. Doran, Nicholson, up top for Jones. Jones driving down the lane and a blocking foul called. Good aggressiveness shown by Bella Jones. Bella Jones at the foul line. First shot is good. One more coming for Isabella Jones. Out of St. Benedict at Auburndale, and she makes it a 2-point game with the second free throw. Lytle forcing the giveaway. Smith, not quite there. One more try at it. This time, it's good. Hard to see Alana Smith getting in there at all of 5'6", but nonetheless, it works. Zaire Ewing claims a defensive rebound at the other end to make sure it's a one-shot possession for CBU. 6 minutes to go and still a 4-point game in the second quarter. Davis wheeling in. Swung around back outside. Davis gets a second chance, feeds Ewing, who is pounded by Ihala. Gets it up to the rim, but not over it. Ewing fouled. Jones was holding her on the floor. Immediate timeout with 5:50 to go here in the second quarter. 4-point game, 23-19. Delta State on top of Christian Brothers University on the CBU Bucks Live Network. Out of the timeout with 5:50 to play here in the second quarter. 23-19, the Delta State lead over Christian Brothers. Zaire Ewing to the free throw line, 6'1" senior out of Natchez, Mississippi. First is good. One more to come. This to make it a 6-point lead for Delta State. That would be their largest. Got it to go. Zaire Ewing now to double figures in the first half. She's got 10. Back the other way, and an arm bar called against Delta State as Carly Bates gets aggressive with it. 4 fouls in the quarter by Delta State. CBU would be wise to draw one more, get them in the bonus for the back half of the second quarter. Christian Brothers 4 of 4 in their free throws so far. Delta State 7 of 8. Bates sends it in for Lytle. Around a little pick. She'll feed Emily Jones in the corner. Back up top for Bryn Lytle. Decisions to make. Bates pops off the screen from Ihala. Won't get it to go on the jump shot. Rebounded Zaire Ewing, Delta State. 5:26 left in the period as the Lady Statesmen trying to take control definitively. And the shot there from Takira Hicks will help. 27-19. Pass deflected out of play by Wilson. Means it stays with CBU. Bates will slap the ball to start things from the left sideline. Fed to Emily Jones. Didn't find the cutter to the basket. Lytle instead got it to Cummings, who drills the three. Well, hello, Bailey Cummings. Welcome to Canale Arena. Under 5 to play, and it's a 5-point game here in the second quarter. Sent down low. Ewing off the double pass coming from the top from her seniors, Hicks and Buford. Back to a 7-point game. Lytle around a little side ball screen, gives it back to Bailey Cummings. Pitch back. Lytle slashing into the paint. Couldn't get it to go, and I think stepped oddly when she landed. Seems no worse for wear. Plays on. Shot up and good once again. Hicks is starting to feel it. Down floor pass sent toward Ani Ihala, tipped off her hand. Brothers trying to do just a little bit too much right now. Down 31-22, you want to make sure not to let it get away. Ewing with 12, the leader right now for Delta State. She's being guarded by Ani Ihala. Switching from the right block to the left block. The ball still outside the arc. Sent to Hicks, top side. Hicks gives it back to Wilson. Driving in, shy of the mark. Rebound down low by Ewing. Put back up and through. One of the instructions coming out of the last timeout from head coach Jesse Carmack was for her team to rebound. The advantage enjoyed by Delta State right now simply not tenable if CBU wants to come back. And Isabella Jones trying to do something about that. Fighting through the contact to float that one through the nylon. 3-point play opportunity for Bella Jones. And she converts. (33-25), 8-point game with 3.5 to go here in the second quarter at Canale Arena. CBU defense featuring Bella Jones, Bryn Lytle, Carly Bates, Ani Ihala, and Emily Jones. Delta State with possession. Buford sent to Hicks. Hicks, a J. Good. Swish from Shakira Hicks. At the other end, Jones trying to score quickly before the defense can get set. Had it knocked out of play there. Doran checks in, Bates out in a 10-point game. Jones. Lytle has not been able to put up a lot of shots here, and now a hold called against Delta State on Kaylin Wilson. Mackenzie Hill in for the Lady Statesman. And here is Bryn Lytle at the free throw line. Got the first. One more to come for the senior. Pair of dribbles and a right-handed shot. Spun through. 35-27. Delta State on top of CBU. Christian Brothers University playing defense. Ball in the hands of Maxwell. Fed around the arc, along the right side. Hill, left-hand dribble, gives it up for Hicks. 8 on the clock. Given down low. And now a tie-up called downstairs. Cameron Davis jumped right up into the block of Ani Ihala. And the contested shot caused the tie-up. Bella Jones, Emily Jones, Darcy Doran in the front court. Ani Ihala, the sole post on the floor for CBU. Cutting off the screen is Bryn Lytle. Lytle, jab step, feeds the corner for Jones, didn't take the shot. Jones slashing inside, carries to the rim. Back to a 6-point game. A stop and maybe another basket here would get CBU really back into it. Closing in on halftime. Hicks with the drive. Not going to let it happen that easily. Out of bounds, a one-shot possession. Lytle trying to sprint to the cup. Swatted by Ewing. Certainly not. Even a player as good as Bryn Lytle sometimes goes up against some athletic talent like that of Zaire Ewing. Jones coming off a screen. There's Bella Jones calling to the rim. Sometimes it doesn't take much. 4-point game, 1:41 to go until halftime. A little bit of life to the CBU bench at this moment. As Jones D's up against Buford. Buford shifty with the dribble. Able to get a shot off. Couldn't put it through. Doran. Lytle. Off the screen, and Lytle fouled going to the cup.
Great job. Hey, all it took was us getting a stop, right? A good rebound.
1:19 to go in the quarter. CBU currently on a 6-0 run. Lytle's first is off. Rare miss for the senior. Bryn Lytle coming into this game shooting 87% at the line. Second one's good though. Now it's a 3-point game. 1:19 remaining here inside Canale Arena in the second quarter. Delta State with a lead, but not with momentum. Hicks. Kick out for Buford. Buford dribbling in, gives it back to Hicks. Will try the three and rattles it through. Great shot by Kira Hicks in rhythm. Unbroken. Lytle the other way. Draws harm once more. It's very savvy what Bryn Lytle's doing right now, which is basically taking the ball to the basket every time down and quickly, because the defense isn't yet set and because she can draw a foul from Delta State that stops the clock and puts her in a position to shoot these free throws, at which she is very good. One more to come after Lytle hits the first. Got the second as well. Andrea Duran from Querétaro, Mexico, will check in. Hicks left alone in the corner. Three-pointer wouldn't go. Ewing. Ihala's not going to let her have it. Ihala commits the foul with 40 seconds to go in the period. That's only 2 fouls against CBU, and it was not a shooting foul. Opportunity knocks for Delta State. Again, Hicks to the corner. Hicks going right by Ihala. Lytle blocked it from behind. Ewing underneath, and that is a foul committed by Ihala this time. CBU realized there was a mismatch there. Ihala, in particular, was picked on by Hicks, but it was Lytle who cleaned it up by coming around behind her and securing the block. It puts Ewing on the line. Ewing's shot looked good, but it's off target. One more to come. This to make it a 5-point game with 32 ticks remaining in the half. Ewing got the second. 39-34. Delta State shooting 40% in the half, CBU at 37%. Delta State has had 11 more field goal attempts. Lytle going to work, and now a reach called. This puts Bryn Lytle on the line. Bryn Lytle cannot convert the second free throw. She got 1 of 2. 4-point game, 10 seconds to go. Hicks from the corner, well guarded by Doran, trying to feed it inside, and DSU's not going to get a shot off. CBU with a big defensive stop going into the half, holds it at a 4-point margin after 20 minutes of action. This is CBU Bucks Live basketball, 39-35, the lead for Delta State going into the break on the CBU Bucks Live Network. 39-35 as we begin the second half here inside Canale Arena. 4-point lead for CBU. Carly Bates comes up with a steal on the first defensive half-court possession. They feed inside for Bella Jones on the transition look. It's not there. CBU trailing by 4. On we go. Leaders in the first half, Emily Jones with 13 points for the Buccaneers. And on the opposite side, 15 for Zaire Ewing of Delta State. Ewing gets it up top, closely monitored by Julia Nicholson. Down low pass intended that time for Shania Buford, poked free by Bryn Lytle. The biggest advantage in that first half was on the boards, 27-17. The total for Delta State, out rebounding Christian Brothers. And that was the big message at halftime from Jessie Carmack to her side. They've got to crash the boards. Buford hits from the left, make it for the right side. A 3 for a 49, or rather a 42-35 advantage. Buford with 5 assists in that first half. That's her first field goal. Emily Jones gets it, slashing in and draws harm. Brothers have been good at this. They're 11-13 so far at the free throw line. To be fair, 6 of 8 coming for Bryn Lytle. This is Emily Jones, who had 13 first half points for the Buccaneers. Gets the first. One more to come for Emily Jones. Got the pair. Jones has 15. Her career high is 22. Takira Hicks. Nicholson staying with her, and the pick comes. Bates got knocked over. Pass, swung all the way around to the left wing. Ewing going in against Nicholson. Nicholson stayed straight up, and the ball stayed out of the basket. Lytle with control on the rebound as CBU gets to work in the half-court set. Bates along the left wing. Ships it up top. Now Nicholson fires for 3. It's good! Let's order about 3 or 4 of those from the menu, if you please. 2-point game, 42-40, with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ewing going to the right block. Ball still outside. Buford another 3. Got it from the left wing this time, won't go. Rebound underneath. Kirsten Brown puts it up and through. And the message continues to ring out from Jessie Carmack. Rebound the basketball. Bates for 3. Nope. Ewing snares it. Hicks weaving through. Buford lines it up. Buford stroking it right now. She's got a couple of triples here in the third quarter. Back to a 7-point edge. 7:20 to go here in the third. And the CBU gain momentum. They just as quickly give it back. Lytle trying to do something with a Nicholson screen. Good ball movement to the corner. Jones short, but the shot rebounded long by Bryn Lytle. She'll try her own luck this time. No, Lytle's off. 1 of 9 from the field today is Bryn Lytle. But still making an impact at the free throw line, which is what good players do. They find other ways to make an impact if they can't score in their usual manner. 6:46 to go in the third quarter. Delta State with possession, leading by 7. They've already beaten CBU twice this year. Brown. And an offensive foul called on Kirsten Brown. Third foul of the game against Brown. And she will sit. Delta State replaces her with Cameron Davis. So it is Davis out there on the floor along with Kaylin Wilson, Takira Hicks, Zaire Ewing, as well as Shania Buford. Bryn Lytle, Julian Nicholson, along with Isabella Jones, Emily Jones, and Darcy Doran out there for CBU. It's Jones handling. Jones skiing into the paint, puts up the soft shot, but it won't go. Rebound in the hands of Hicks for Delta State. Hicks shifting into another gear. Goes to the rim, blocked by Darcy Doran. Here come the Buccaneers. Lytle through the tri-corner hat at midcourt. Lytle to the foul line, sends to Duran. Back outside, up top for Jones. Pulls the trigger, no. Duran backside board and the soft put in. 5-point game. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Darcy Doran now has 4 on the evening. Hicks trying to get it to Buford, and it goes off her fingertips. CBU really gained some energy from their defense. So on this particular offensive possession, we'll have to see after the stoppage and the substitution in which Craig Roden of Delta State is going to take out Takira Hicks, if they can maintain a little bit of momentum and energy. Lytle across the timeline. The senior is well marked by Wilson. Lytle dribbling in, got a little separation, but Wilson able to get the block. And now a foul called on Bryn Lytle as she was trying to tie it up inside. Zaire Ewing basically just stood there as Lytle attempted to tie her up. Ewing at 6'1" is like a block of granite down there. Partly why she's so hard to defend in the offensive glass. Here she gets it on the left block. Face up on Doran. Lytle gonna knock her over and go right through her. 49-42 as Ewing asserted herself inside. Doran at the other end. Trying to go to work on a smaller defender. Feeds Jones, catch and shoot from about 12 feet out and won't go from the left wing. .45 to go in the third quarter. Delta State still holding a 7-point edge. Inside, and a block by Jones. Wilson trying her luck at the rim, nothing there. Lytle with a 5-on-4 for a moment. Feeds down low, Jones couldn't catch down low. Taken away by Delta State. Second opportunity here for Alana Smith. Driving in against Lytle, feeds it high off the window. 9-point game. Jones into the paint. Kick out. Doran, 3. Off target. Rebound, Buford underneath. Sent ahead. Wilson all the way down. Cameron Wilson makes the fast break layup, and it forces a CBU timeout with an 11-point edge. A little run here from Delta State University. 9-2 over the last few minutes. Timeout on the floor with 3:58 remaining in the third quarter. This is CBU Bucks basketball on CBU Bucks Live. Out of the timeout, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Christian Brothers University trailing by 11 against Delta State, 53-42. It's a game of runs right now. Delta State on a 9-2 run. From the high post, wheeling down low goes Emily Jones, puts up the left-handed try. It's short, rebounded by Delta State. The Lady Statesmen hold a 12-rebound edge right now on CBU. Alana Wilson sends it left side for Takira Hicks. Hicks, the senior, looking for help. Nowhere to go with it. Given space by Bren Lytle. Hicks with 9 on the clock. Finally gives it away. From the right wing, Mackenzie Hill into the paint and blocked by Darcy Doran, but they're going to call a foul. Fans did not love that call. Looked as though Darcy Doran put a hand on the basketball, but that's not the way the officials saw it. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. We'll stay right here for the time being. I'm Tyler Springs. Right now, Delta State leading 53-42 with 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Zaire Ewing with 17 points and 14 rebounds today. 6 of 15 shooting, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. She's joined in double figures by Takira Hicks with 11, 4 of 10 from the field. Shania Buford has 9, 3 of 7 from the floor. And Kaylin Wilson has 6 right now for Delta State. Meanwhile, Emily Jones with 15 on 4 of 9 shooting for Christian Brothers University. 3 of 4 from the outside, 4 of 4 at the line. Bryn Lytle, their leading scorer, 6 of 8 on her free throws, but 1 of 9 from the field right now. Bella Jones has 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Brothers are shooting 31% right now from the floor, but they've got 10 fewer field goal attempts than Delta State because of the rebound margin. Shooting well from three-point range and on their free throws has helped keep them in the contest. 2 fouls by each side in the third period. Possession arrow presently favoring CBU. And this to the free throw line is Mackenzie Hill, 5'8" freshman out of Hazel Green, Alabama. First shot is good. One more coming for the Lady Statesmen. Missed the second. Anna Ihala collects the board. Delta State, a team that averages about 12 free throws converted per contest. Today they are 9 of 11. Lytle will try a 3. This one's going to be too strong. Rebound taken in by Delta State and clutched by Davis. Wilson cautiously across the timeline. Duran picks her up. Sent along the right side for Hill. Over to Ewing at the elbow, wants to go to work. Jab step, fake, shoots, over Duran, it's not there. Rebound by Darcy Duran. Will come down floor and shift it to the corner. Jones for 3. This is off target, rebound, knocked around. Ihala comes up with it, puts it up and gets it past Ewing. Nice bucket for Anna Ihala. 10-point game, 2:26 to go here in the third. Wilson kicks to Davis. Davis back to Hicks in the corner. Cummings trying to force her baseline. Hicks jabs that way, but then wheels back outside. 10 on the clock as she puts it away. Up to the elbow. Jump shot won't go from Smith. Rebound by Ewing. She puts it through. At the other end, Bryn Lytle says, I've had enough of that. Delta State with possession. Fed up by Hill, she traveled. Yep, tried to do too much. Hill will get a seat. Carly Bates is in for Christian Brothers University, so it's Bates, Ihala, Cummings, Lytle, and Doran. Bates, drive, kick, Lytle's 3, bang! Like clockwork. 1:11 to go in the quarter. 7-point game. Down the lane goes Smith. Low percentage shot, ripped down by Lytle. Bucks on the move. Here we go. Lytle to the corner. Duran a lefty 3. Too strong. Rebound snatched by Lytle. And now we have a tie-up call that will favor CBU with 52 ticks remaining in the quarter. Cameron Davis checks out. Brisa Maxwell will take her place. Bates. Pass intercepted by Hicks. Duran drifts back on D. Hicks one-on-one with her, and now a foul committed by Darcy Duran. Crowd once again did not love that, but it looks as though Duran made contact with the arm up to Kira Hicks. Hicks in the 2 prior matchups with CBU, 16 combined points. Today she has 11. Hicks' first here is good, make it 12.
Transition, see if you can go 2 for 1. If not, right heads up.
You might be able to hear their head coach Jesse Carmack saying, transition, let's try to go 2 for 1 with 47 ticks remaining. As the second free throw is converted for a 58-49 lead for Delta State by Takira Hicks. Bates, let's fly. Too strong from Carly Bates. The brothers are 6 of 20 from the outside in this contest with 27 ticks remaining. Hicks wheels the other way. Baseline jumper, off target. Rebound Ewing, fouled and one. Zaire Ewing with 21 points on the afternoon. And this to tie her previous high mark against Christian Brothers, 22, which came back on January the 22nd, where she had 10 rebounds and 22 points on 9 of 12 shooting from the field. Got the free throw. 61-49, 18 ticks remaining in the third quarter. CBU fighting and fighting, and now a bump called way away from the basket. Mackenzie Hill, the one commits the harm. Doran, inbounded from the right sideline. She finds Lytle. Lytle works around a screen once, twice from Bailey Cummings. Lytle lets fly, can't hit. 7 seconds to go, rebounded by Ewing. Lytle picks it off. Lytle with 3 seconds, lifts it up to the cup, can't get it to go. CBU unable to get the basket as the horn sounds for the quarter. 61-49, the lead for Delta State at the moment. The Buccaneers helped out because they've shot it 9 more times than has Christian Brothers. As we hit the fourth quarter, Delta State 55 attempts from the floor. CBU 48 now, officially make it 7 more attempts than Christian Brothers as we go to the final period here in Canale Arena. Work to be done for Jesse Carmack's side. We'll see if they can do it in a moment. Beginning of the fourth quarter here at Canale Arena, Christian Brothers University trailing Delta State 61-49. Ball in the hands of Jordan Parker. Brisa Maxwell gives it away to Kirsten Brown. Offensive foul called on Brown, who has been stonewalled this game. Craig Roden can't believe it. Brown's going to stay in the game. That is her 4th foul. Not the rolling start Craig Roden wanted for his bunch going into the fourth quarter. Bates up top to Nicholson. Fed around to Doran. Darcy Doran. Sent to Lytle and now to the top for Nicholson. Still CBU trouble entering the basketball. Jones over to Bates. Bates way up top. Going to call her own number right here. Bates, step back three. Hello, Carly Bates. A shot that requires confidence, shall we say. 61-52 as Bates drops in the three from straight on. 9:01 to play in the game. Hicks sends it up top. Fed to Buford along the left wing against Nicholson. Buford got Nicholson in the air for a moment. Feeds the inside to the cutting Brown. Well read by Buford. 11-point lead. Jones, all muscle down the floor, and that's going to be, I believe, an offensive foul. Let's see. Are they going to call a block? They call a block instead. Bella Jones to the free throw line as Emily Jones will check in. Bella Jones, the freshman, to shoot. Got the first. One more to come for Bella Jones, entering this contest 12 of 18 on her free throws. Dribbles twice in low. Gets the second. 63-54, 8:41 still to go. Lytle, Bates, Nicholson, Emily Jones, and Bella Jones playing defense for the Buccaneers. Down 63-54. Top side for Buford. Hand in her face from Bates. Feeds to Hicks on the right side. Hicks with the quick first step. Try to get past Jones. No. Gives it away. Now gets it back right wing with 8 seconds. Hicks bouncing it away. This one's going to be a turnover all the way into the backcourt. Out of play on the opposite side. The pass that time intended for Cameron Davis. Wait a minute. What happened? Did they say it's still Delta basketball? Oh, it's still Delta State basketball with 3 on the clock. All right, if you're CBU, now you're just going to stay strong for 3 seconds. Launched at the buzzer and missed from half court. Lytle claims the miss for CBU. 8:05 left. A lot of work to be done by Bryn Lytle and her Buccaneers. Jones sends to Nicholson up top. Swung around to the left side with Carly Bates. Bates around a screen to the elbow. Sends it away for Jones. Slips it over to Lytle. Lytle behind the back dribble, trying to get it loose. Lifts it up to the rim, no. Rebounded by Hicks. It never caught the rim, as a matter of fact. Hicks, changing gears, drops it off. Buford to the middle. Off the glass, nothing quite there for Wilson. Second attempt is still no good. Bates weaving through in transition. Finds Jones, open three. Transition look won't go. Rebound, knocked around. Delta State able to pull it in and send it ahead. Outlet pass to the corner. No shot coming, though, from Delta State. Wilson, baseline driving, good. Had all kinds of time to start, didn't take the shot, and then waited for the defense to catch up and then took the shot. Bella Jones trying to make an athletic play, turning around without looking at the basket almost. Off target, but Emily Jones able to get the garbage back on the rear side. Shot clock reset by accident, so the officials will call for time. Shot clock says 18 right now, but I don't think the ball ever got to the rim, so CBU's clock should be at about, I'm going to go ahead and say 21. Maybe, yeah, it's at 18 right now. I'd say 21, but let's see what they put on it. Will it be a fresh 30? No, it's at 14 now. All right, 14 on the clock. CBU to inbound. Jones finds a cutting and curling Jones. Won't go. Rebound taken in by Howlett. Trying to feed it across the lane for Lytle. Knocked out of play. Woo! Dangerous pass from Ani Howlett intended for Bryn Lytle. Trying to get it there for good reason, obviously, but you wanted that first attempt to go on the curl coming in from Bella Jones. Here's Doran with 6 on the clock. Feeds into Lytle. Lytle back to Doran. Left wing, make it right corner 3, no good. Rebound to the backside by Emily Jones. Passed it, I think, unintentionally behind her back there. Ihala trying to work it away. Ihala handed. She's in trouble. Tough pass thrown to Lytle. Lytle inside, no. And finally, it's secured by Delta State. CBU fired a couple arrows there. Couldn't get any to stick. And at the other end, just the softest shot you've ever seen from Alana Smith. Basically able to kiss the iron with it and have it fall through. Good touch. 67-54. 6:06 to go. Doran feeds topside for Jones. Over to Lytle. Whipped across. Doran decided not to line it up for three. Instead goes high window for the shot. Bank is open on Friday night for Darcy Doran. Still an 11-point game with under 6 minutes remaining. Smith goes one way, then the other, back to her left. Forwards it over to Buford. Back to Smith. Back to Buford. 8 on the clock. Buford trying to go by Jones. Jones got a partial block, and Ihala claims the miss. Lytle whips it ahead. Open three. Jones can't put it through. Rebound loose underneath. Battle for and pulled in by Delta State. 5-on-4 for a moment. Does Wilson see it? Wilson going to do it herself. Wilson all the way in and fouled by Darcy Doran. Bailey Cummings will check in. Bella Jones checks out for a moment for CBU. Kirsten Brown will jump in now, taking out Cameron Davis. 5:08 remaining. Here's Alana Smith. 3 dribbles, and Smith hits the free throw. Smith on the season, entering this game 10 of 12 on her free throws. Lefty shooter, spins, lifts, hits. 69-56 with 5 minutes to go here inside Canale Arena. Doran up top for Cummings. Sent over to Jones. Emily Jones around the screen, feeds Ihala. From the top, gives it back to Doran. Doran, Ihala on the roll. Baseline J, too strong. Rebound, Zaire Ewing. I just got to tell you right now, it looks as though the brothers are not making enough shots to stay in this game. Got to find a way to get some easy offense. Get back to the free throw line if you can. Only 2 fouls committed so far by Delta State in the period. And right there, pretty much an uncontested drive to the rim by Wilson. Sent ahead by Bryn Lytle. Fed up and through by Darcy Doran. 71-58. In each of the previous 2 games against Delta State, the Lady Statesmen got to 80. If they do that in this game, they're certainly winning it. Again, inside. Smith driving, had it blocked out of play. Nicholson's going to check in, as is Hicks. Media timeout with 4:04 left here inside Canale Arena. 71-58. Delta State on top of CBU. Right now, Delta State shooting 44% from the field. CBU shooting just 31%, 7 of 26 from the outside, 15 of 17 at the foul line, but losing the rebound battle by 15 at the present time. This is CBU Bucks Live basketball. Still time for the Bucks. 4 minutes to go, but down 71-58 to Delta State. .404 remaining in the fourth quarter. between CBU and Delta State. Third time these teams have matched up this season. Delta State leading here 71-58. They won the first two matchups, crossing the 80-point mark in both of those prior meetings. Delta State basketball in the half-court set. Kaylin Wilson with it. Lyle trying to challenge the pass and commits the foul this time against Shania Buford. Bella Jones going to check in momentarily here. Bailey Cummings taken out to allow Jones into the game. Buford to Ewing. Haven't seen a lot of Ewing late in the game. Will she be the closer? Let's see. Ewing whips one inside for Kirsten Brown. Got past Bella Jones with 3:43 left. 73-58. Emily Jones has been shut down here in the second half. She's 4 of 12. Bella Jones lets fly with a line drive three. That one never cleared the rim. .313 left. Delta State playing the clock in addition to the score. Kick ball by Emily Jones. With 3:08 left, stops the clock. Doran in, or rather Doran out. Bates in. 73-58. Christian Brothers University is going to get one more shot at Delta State tomorrow at 2 o'clock, no matter what. 73-58. The score right now in favor of Delta State. Baseline jumper from the right wing, just a little bit off. Ewing, the catch and the second attempt. Emily Jones, not enough to stop her. Zaire Ewing is a load. And she will go to the free throw line. Trying for points 23 and 24 tonight. Wide stance for Ewing, and she misses. Ewing on the season, the leading scorer for Delta State, averaging 16.8 points per game. Only a 64% free throw shooter, but she converts the second there. 74-58. Kick out for Bryn Lytle. Right wing three. This is off target. Rebound, pushed out of play by Delta State. 2:44 left. Bates. Lytle on the drive. Good shot choice, but Bryn Lytle couldn't get it to fall. Knocked out of play, it'll still be Delta State ball. Full court pressure being applied now by Christian Brothers University. 2:34 left. Hicks sprints by Bryn Lytle. And Hicks will pull it out, throttling down to kill some clock. On the switch, Bates picks her up. Down low Ewing, right there and nobody guarding her. Timeout taken with 2:14 to go. 76-58 the margin in favor of Delta State. I did not see what it was that got Zaire Ewing loose underneath, but it was something. The crowd at that end reacted as though she had committed some kind of foul. Unseen by the officials, unseen by me. Delta State's going to check in a bevy of subs here, leading by 22 with 2:14 remaining. CBU just not enough gas tonight. And as Jesse Carmack said early in the game, the message was rebound. And tonight they have been outboarded 50-33. CBU on the season has had a tough time on the boards, minus 4.6, the average margin on the rebounds. Today it's more. Bryn Lytle's three-pointer from the corner won't go. Emily Jones rips it down. Jones keeps possession. Lytle Wheeling around the screen, curling in, and draws harm. Haven't seen enough of that from Bryn Lyle. Maybe we need to see some more of it tomorrow. Lytle's first is good. Second is good as well. Full court pressure for Christian Brothers University. Trying to run some backcourt trapping. Duran. Lytle able to poke it free. Bryn Lytle against contact, draws harm. CBU not giving up. 1:45 left. I believe that's the 5th foul, let's see, against Delta State. But I could be wrong. Might just be 4. Lytle's first. Good. Got the second. 76-62. 1:45 to go. Bella Jones guarding the inbound. Good backcourt pressure, and now we have, I believe, a failure by the clock to start? Let's see what it is. The official stop play. That's lucky for Delta State because whenever you stop the clock or stop whatever's happening at that moment, it's a chance for the offense to get their bearing. Releases a little bit of pressure. Shot clock at 26. Ball on the backcourt. So now there's 6 seconds to get it across. Wilson into Duran across the half-court line. Duran doubled. Buford doubled. Back to Duran. Coach Carmack calling for the trap. Not quite there. Goes through the hands of one Delta State player. Now back outside for the sure-handed Buford. Buford trying to work some clock. Gets around the pick. Draws Lytle. Feeds it away. 4 on the clock. Wild shot put up. Taken in by CBU. Way off target there from Bryson Maxwell. Zipped across for Lytle. Lytle with a step back 3. Got free. Got it loose. Can't get it through. Rebound knocked out of play. Stays with CBU. Buccaneers fighting to the very end. Timeout taken by Jesse Carmack. Why not? Draw something up. See what you can get. 1:03 to go. A little more left of CBU and Delta State for this evening on the CBU Bucks Live Network. Out of the timeout with 1:03 left. Christian Brothers University trailing by 14, 76-62 against Delta State University. Emily Jones, Bryn Lytle, Bella Jones, Julian Nicholson, Carly Bates on the floor for CBU. They've played an 8-player rotation tonight, led by Bryn Lytle with 17 points, even though she's 3 of 20 from the floor. And Emily Jones with 15, 4 of 12. Inbound to the Lytle. Back to Jones. Jones working up to her left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Delta State. Backcourt pressure applied by CBU. Don't know if it's going to be enough to stop the ball with Andrea Duran. Duran slashing through the cup, feeds it up, wheels it home. 78-62. Bates. Jones. Nope. And a tie-up called as Duran was trying to come down with the rebound. We have a foul with 40.3 seconds remaining. 3.3 ticks left. CBU, I think, will not probably clear even the 20 field goal mark in this contest. Duran had it poked free off her hands. Duran falls roughly to the floor, but it's out of bounds off of Delta State. 37.9 seconds to play. Bates to inbound. CBU 18 of 66 today. Delta State 30 of 68. Bates sent into Jones. Back to Carly Bates in the corner. Bates out to Isabella Jones. Down the lane she goes and feeds it through. Swirled home by Bella Jones. 30 seconds to play. Backcourt pressure still on. Ahead by Delta State all the way into the corner. Trap. And now we have a timeout called by Craig Roden with 18 seconds to go just to maintain possession. Buford is still in the contest, whereas Zaire Ewing and Takira Hicks are getting some rest, likely to save them for tomorrow. 78-64 the score. Ewing with a game-high 25 points on 21 rebounds, a 20-20 game for Zaire Ewing, who was a tank this evening on the low post. Just a force. Bella Jones, 11 points and 11 shots for CBU. Emily Jones, 15 points on 14 shots. Bryn Lytle, 17 points on 20 shots. Those are the three in double figures for CBU. It's not going to be enough tonight for the brothers, but they are fighting. Duran, lobbed in, finds Wilson on the receiving end. No fouls, no chances taken by CBU tonight here in the dregs of the game. 7 on the clock, 6 on the clock. The buzzer will sound. The fourth quarter expires. 78-64. Christian Brothers University 78, or rather I should say Delta State 78. Christian Brothers University 64. That's the result tonight inside Canali Arena. CBU finishes the game shooting 28%. Delta State finishes shooting 44%. They were 3 of 6 from the outside, 15 of 19 at the free throw line. CBU, to their credit, only missed 2 free throws all night, 19 of 21. It just was not enough as Delta State wins the rebounding battle 52-36 this evening. Leading scorer 25 for Zaire Ewing of Delta State. Leading scorer 17 for Bryn Lytle of Christian Brothers University. Delta State drops to, or rather improves to 5-7 on the year. Christian Brothers drops to 2-5. These teams will meet again at 2 o'clock coming up on tomorrow afternoon. That's Saturday at 2 o'clock Central Time. We hope you'll join us on the CBU Bucks Live Network. I'm Tyler Springs saying goodnight from Canali Arena once more. Delta State the winners tonight over CBU 78-64.